All right, now today what I want to talk to you about, people always ask me, this is a pre-emergent herbicide that we use to help control weeds in the container. So what a pre-emergent herbicide does, this one is Snapshot DG is the formula that I use. That's the name of the product, Snapshot DG. You're only going to find it at a place that sells to nurseries. So maybe A.M. Leonard or whoever your local distributor is for nursery supplies. But what this does is you put it down and then it creates like a vapor barrier and it keeps seeds from germinating. It won't do a thing about any seeds that are already present or any weeds that are already present, but it keeps weed seed from germinating. That vapor barrier forms over there, and as soon as a seed germinates, it immediately is kind of nipped. People always ask me, how much do I put on and how do I apply it? And my answer always is, I don't know. I don't really know how much I put on. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to demonstrate to you how I apply it. There are a lot of different ways to apply it. You can put it in a little shaker and apply it as you pot up your containers, or like I do. Like right now, we had everything pretty well weed-free when we went into winter. So now here it is, early April. I'm going to put it on now because as the soil temperatures get up above 45 degrees, the weed seed is going to start germinating. So basically, I'm just trying to get ahead of this so we keep the weeds at bay, and this will keep us in pretty good shape for about 60 days or so, and then I'll probably have to reapply. So anyway, what I do, and the number one rule is always do as I say, not as I do. You should have on rubber protective gloves. I'm old school, I'm hard-headed, I just kind of do things the way I've always done them. Don't do it that way. Put on rubber gloves, you know, like a surgical glove or something. But basically what I do is I just grab a handful and then I shake it out. I've used broadcast, little handheld broadcast spreaders, but for whatever reason I just felt like I was getting more in the aisles than I was in the plant. And I'm still getting plenty in the aisles doing this, but for me it's a matter of, you know, time versus the cost of the material, because as the weeds get ahead of you, it pretty much becomes impossible to catch up. So I want to be proactive. So basically, I kind of shake it. This some places I broadcast it. I use the wind to my advantage when I can. This actually works pretty well for me. So this is why I went back to it. I was using a handheld spreader and I didn't like that. Now, you know, I use this stuff actually at home in my landscape. I use a product called Ronstar. I don't use it in my containers because it doesn't control chickweed. And when I put down Ronstar, it's almost as if I sprinkled chickweed seed. So, but in the landscape, chickweed isn't usually a problem. So, the Ronstar is a little bit less expensive. So for planting beds and in the landscape around the house and in the plantings we have around the nursery, I'll borrow Ronstar for that. So basically, there it is. That's how I apply pre-emergent herbicides. I do a pretty big area in a relatively short period of time.